Hi, my name is William Cantelo. This is my rebuttal for POS 160 with Ripley. The argument that I will be rebuttaling is Murray's argument on the WHO and its effectiveness in controlling the COVID outbreak, or just its effectiveness in general. And her position on this was that the WHO was not an effective organization in controlling COVID or doing anything for that matter. And the first thing that she does start out with was saying that it has no real influence by itself, which I think that this is sort of misleading because it takes away the premise of the entire organization, or it distracts from, and which it is a global cooperation system, sort of like NATO, UN, G7, anything like that, is that the influence and any strength behind it is that larger countries decide to be a part of it. And so to saying that has no real influence by itself is misleading from all the things that go behind it. If the UN only had like Haiti and Puerto Rico in it, then it would not have as much influence or power. So the real basis of the WHO, which is to share information among all other countries, or to the entire world in general, and to distribute any sort of medicine or self, which we have not seen so far yet, which is a vaccine. And so one of the things that the WHO does well that was never brought up is that it is meant as a distribution place for the entire world. And so this is one of the things that economic interdependence goes into it, that it is good for the entire, so because it is so infectious, the less people that have it abroad, the less dangerous it is in the US. So, sorry, I'm touching a little bit. So the WHO, in having power to distribute it worldwide, she brought up how countries like Taiwan and Hong Kong were able to have relative success with controlling the coronavirus all by themselves, which, while true, does not help in the grand scheme of things. Is that a country like Taiwan does not have as much dependence in the world economy as a United States or many of the Western European countries do. So they're not as inclined or to do something about it, which is influencing the WHO. One can view this as a strength or a weakness, but without the United States funding the WHO or Germany funding the WHO, or just something in general like that, then taking that power away does lead to a greater danger for the United States or any Western Europe, and taking it away would give it less reliable or less amount of resources to distribute any vaccine or anything like that. If the US was not a part of the WHO and they distributed a vaccine, then it would probably have to be privately sold to other countries, which they might not be able to afford. And since they might not be able to afford it, then that does leave the US in a tougher place because it endangers their global health. So